weather service. A tornado warning has been issued for the tri-state area. Severe damage is imminent.
Huddle up, football fans, but I should say GT fans. It's Tornado Watch 97. Rob Pratt along with the coach, Geno DeMarco. We're going to talk Urbana in a moment. We've got to talk about the playoff victory, but also the loss of a couple of key ball players.
Yes, we had a great day on Saturday. We did lose two of our key players, and Ron Michelle and Jeff Mihawk, to what looks like season-ending injuries. So, Rob, it was a great day, but there's a sense of sadness.
All right, let's get the GT fans caught up on what's happened since we were last here on Fox Sports Pittsburgh, the Urbana game.
Well, Urbana gave us an opportunity to look at our seniors and say goodbye to them. It was their last regular season game. 17 great young men who are going to do well in life. It was a record-setting day. Defensively, we held Urbana to -5 total yards, -79 rushing yards.
Incredible.
I've never seen that. And, defensively, we played real well. Offensively, again, we clicked. We're averaging over 40 points a game. So it was a good tune-up before the big one.
One thing that I've noticed with your defense, you have a lot of players that at the high school level were starring on the offensive side of the football more so than defense. How do you make those decisions when they come to Geneva?
Well, I like to say it's great coaching, but sometimes it just happens that, a player will say, Coach, I feel more comfortable on this side of the ball. You try to maybe put your best players on defense. Programs do that. We're not going to take credit as coaches. It's just happened that way, Rob.
All right, let's check it out now. The GTs in Urbana at Reeves Field on Fox Sports Pittsburgh.
Geneva's defense never rested in Week 10 against Urbana. The GTs limited the visitors to only 5 first downs, 74 yards passing, and an amazing -79 yards rushing for -5 total yards. The stellar effort halted Geneva to number 2 in the nation against the run. Meanwhile, Melvin Cobbs was amassing some pretty impressive numbers of his own. Cobbs carried the football 29 times for 212 yards, a new Geneva record. Cobbs scored twice, while Matt Savannah, Ken Clemensic, Mike Holleran, and Ben Crew added 1 each for the Stormin' Tornadoes. In the end, Geneva sent Urbana packing with a disheartening 42-6 thumping.
Nice to get a final look on the home field of all of those seniors that Gene talked about just moments ago. But, Gene, I want to talk about Westminster and really 21-0 lead before the defense even took the field. But the pride of Woodland Hills, Melvin Cobbs, already rolling along.
Well, Melvin had 104 yards rushing in the first quarter against Westminster, and, you just don't do that against a great football team. He broke the single-game rushing record the week before, held by Willie Murray. Melvin's just getting better every week. He's a quality young man. Came to Geneva because he wanted a Christian education and decided to transfer to come back home. And, you know, we're so glad that he's there. It's a great fit for him, and it's a great fit for us.
I got to be honest with you. I thought it would take him a little bit longer to get into the system, but boy, I'll tell you, natural athletes just have that ability to fit in.
Well, maybe it's the number, 32. We're starting a legacy, a tailback with that number. Willie Murray was the standard, one of the greatest players that ever played at Geneva. And Melvin is coming along, and I think before he's done, you're going to see some great things from him.
All right, Westminster game.
Westminster game, you know, you want to say that it was a great ending. I don't want to use that word. We all know that that could possibly be the last time for a while, but we played very well. They seldom make that many mistakes, and maybe on another day it would have been another story. But, you know, Rob, give credit to our kids. They played very hard, and we came away with a big, big win.
A lot of those kids, Hudak, Flora, those kids very easily could have ended up at Geneva, so it's kind of like the backyard brawl, the neighborhood pickup game.
Oh, there's no question. You know, you go after the game, you go shake their hands, because those are the same kids we recruited, and they recruited our kids. It's been a great rivalry. It's been a very friendly rivalry, and I wish them nothing but the best when they go Division II.
Let's face it, Westminster's had some good luck over 107 years against Geneva, too, right?
Oh, Westminster's been the standard in the NAI.
All right, Westminster and Geneva right now on Tornado Watch 97 on Fox Sports Pittsburgh.
Great day to play ball.
The Golden Tornadoes approach their last waltz with longtime rival Westminster with quiet resolve. The GTs knew what Coach Geno DeMarco expected of them, and they delivered all that and then some.
Go, 1, 2, 3, go!
Melvin Cobb shocked the Titans on the second play from scrimmage with a 60-yard bolt for a touchdown. Geneva's special teams delivered consecutive turnovers on kickoffs deep in Westminster territory. And Cobbs made Westminster pay twice more with 2 more rushing scores. Geneva held a 21-0 advantage before their defense took the field. Geneva's defense relished their opportunity to send Westminster off to the NCAA. 3 times Westminster broke Geneva's 5-yard line, and 3 times the GTs turned Westminster away. John Rose added 2 interceptions to his resume, while sophomore Paul Pfaff electrified the GT faithful with his first career steal.
Oh, he didn't know what to do. He saw 260 pounds of pure speed coming at him. I used to be a fullback in junior high.
Geneva's offense continued to dominate the blue and white in the second half, with Ken Klemenczyk's touchdown reception putting an exclamation point on what could be the final chapter of a long and storied rivalry. Coach Geno DeMarco and the Golden Tornadoes dominated Westminster completely in capturing a 45-18 win and the Mid-States Athletic Conference crown.
I've got a funny feeling that will not be the last time you'll see the GTs in Westminster on the football field. And I'll tell you, John Schmitt, he's letting everybody know that when I'm on the field, pay attention to me because I'm going to make things happen.
Number 53, John Schmitt, in my estimation, obviously I'm biased, he is the best defensive player in the NAI.
Tenacious.
Oh, without a doubt. Might be an understatement. Every day he goes out, practices hard. Every game he goes out and plays great, plays very hard. John is just, it's a joy to have him in our program. I think as a coach, when you look back and you talk about your coaching career, you look at kids like John Schmitt. Came to us, a family background, you know, in question, personal life in question. And what's happened in the last 3 years, the Lord has really restored to John his purpose, not only as a football player, but mainly as a person. I see this kid in 40 years living a life full of purpose and influencing many, many people. He is a special young man.
And lightning in the bottle, too. It's just amazing the energy this kid has.
Yes. John Schmitt, if he's 2 inches taller, he'll be on every NFL list imaginable to be drafted. But thank goodness we got him for another year.
Well, it's amazing, that fine line. Take a look now at John Schmitt, number 53 in your Geneva College football program on Tornado Watch 97.
John Schmitt is one of the best defensive ends in the NAIA. He has a combination of strength. He squats almost 600 pounds, and speed. He's got tremendous lateral ability, and you don't find that combination much at this level. But the thing that separates John Schmitt from the rest of the pack is his ability to lead. He literally takes control of the huddle on defense, and he gets those 10 other guys on defense really to play above their head.
Playing in Geneva, you know, it's just great because, you know, all the players and all the coaches, and it's great football because we all get along, and you know, we all care for each other. And it's all about unity. Like you have teams that talk about unity, but they don't actually do it. You know, and at Geneva we do it. You know, we're united as a team. That's what makes us great. I came to Geneva because I was at Youngstown State, and it wasn't working out for me. You know, and I had Marty Casper and B.J. Howard, went to high school with them, and they were at Geneva, and I was told about Geneva by a very special person, and I decided, hey, what the heck, you know, play with them in high school, it'd be great to play with them again, why not, you know, and Geneva had a great program, they were coming up in the world, so I was like, you know, let's give it a try.
John Schmitt as a defensive end allows us to do some things defensively that maybe we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. And I really believe teams start running away from him, and they run away from him and run into, you know, Seth Rosenberger on the other side, who had a tremendous game against Glenville State with over 12 tackles. Probably the reason for that is the presence of John Schmitt.
Well, coming to Geneva College and playing football has just changed my life drastically. I mean, I don't want to go through all the nasty details about my life and everything, but you know, it wasn't a pretty road, you know, and the way my life went, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't fun. But when I came to Geneva, man, it changed it. It did, because just the people here, they care about you, you know, and the football players, we care about each other, and it's just changed my life for the better in a major way. Playing for Coach D is just great because like here he cares what you do off the field as well as on the field, and I didn't experience that before when I was at YSU. Don't get me, I mean, great coaches and everything, you know, and you know, like go to class, but off the field it was pretty much, you know, you're on your own, you know, and that's how I felt, you know. But here, you know, Coach D really cares about what you do off the field as well as how you perform on the field, in the classroom, and you know, in life. When I step on the field before a game and I get ready to play, it's just like, just don't get in my way, because I'm just going to run right through you. You know, that's how I feel, because I feel if you're challenging me, you know, I'm going to beat you, and that's just all day.
You know, this is a big circle that has to do with the success of Geneva College, not just on the field, but off the field. So once again, we'd like to take some time now on Tornado Watch 97 and focus on that a little bit. Jim Dittmar back with us on Fox Sports Pittsburgh and Tornado Watch 97. Good to see you, Jim.
Good to be here.
And you brought a very big special guest.
I brought Mike Nedzesky along today. Mike is a MSOL student. He's a graduate of Geneva College in 1988, and Mike was a member of the 1987 football team that went to the Final Four.
A great game against Westminster, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I was there.
You've been there for how many years watching Geneva football now? A few, huh?
Oh, I've been watching Geneva football since before I was a freshman there myself, so I've seen a lot of football over the years.
Just to reacquaint everybody, MSOL, what's it mean?
Well, that's the Master of Science in Organizational Leadership program. It's a master's degree for working adults, and it is a program that's focused on organizational and leadership studies, focusing not just on the theoretical, but importantly, the application of those ideas in the workplace.
Talk about the Leadership Institute a little bit.
The Leadership Institute is a more recent development. This summer, the cabinet of the college approved the establishment of the Leadership Institute. It's an administrative umbrella under which programs like the MSOL are featured, but in addition to that, it allows us to, excuse me, get into areas such as on-site corporate training and development, servant leadership workshops, those sorts of things that allow us to take what we're doing outside of the context of the academic classroom, these kinds of leadership initiatives, as we call them, into other areas and actually expand our mission.
Who's the faculty?
Well, our faculty are comprised of some very talented people, both in terms of their academic background and their vocational background. These are people who have spent time out in the workplace, have spent time out there in the world, so to speak, outside of the classroom. But as well, they have spent significant time in the classroom as teachers. They have earned PhDs, earned doctorates, as well as significant work experience, and bringing those two together in our classroom is what really, I think, makes it successful.
Very unique and nice to have at Geneva College. Mike, back to you. So what are you doing in the MSOL program?
Well, it's competitive out there. I am currently an area account manager with Wyeth Ayres Pharmaceuticals, and the business world is very competitive. And I thought the master's program at Geneva would give me a little bit of an edge as I continue on with my career.
What do you like about it so far?
The teachers are outstanding. Each of the professors that I've had to date have a very good working knowledge of the business world. They can apply the things they've learned through working for the many years they've worked and now teach. Just some excellent things that they've been able to convey to the students. And just being able to understand leadership and how to be a better communicator, strategic planning. It's been just very, very much of a great opportunity. I look forward to every class.
Twofold, I guess both of you could answer this. Jim, take a shot at this. Corporations out there watching, somebody that's involved with a company, this really does a lot for their current employees to take them one step further.
That's our belief, and one of the things we focus on in the program is ethical leadership.
Right.
We come at that from a particular perspective, from a biblical framework, and I think that focusing on ethical leadership, that is an issue that companies are concerned about today. And the context of our program is change. And everything that we do in our program in terms of curriculum is focused on understanding the notion of change in organizations today.
How about your years as a Geneva College football player? That was when they were starting to turn the bend a little bit.
You know, it was an enjoyable ride for 4 years. Obviously, my senior year was the most enjoyable. We had finished up 8-2 and had gone on to the playoffs and defeated Bluffton in the first round home at Geneva, which was the first home game in maybe the school's history in the playoffs. And now, most recently, this past week, Geneva had a second home game, and 10 years later, Westminster was a great win for us. The first time we had beat Westminster in many, many years. I think it was 37. And went on to Wisconsin, and unfortunately just played our hearts out, but lost to a little bit of a better team in Wisconsin, and I think it was about 5 below zero type weather.
Frozen tundra. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, Mike, thanks for dropping by. Best of luck, too.
Thank you.
Jim, as always, I know this season has been a lot of exciting football, hopefully much more to come, but congratulations on the program. You're doing extremely well.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Geno DeMarco is coming back with yours truly, Rob Pratt on Tornado Watch 97, and we're going to talk about Campbellsville, Kentucky in the first round of the NAIA playoffs. Stay tuned. Part of that off-field team, Jim and Mike, they've done a great job.
Jim has done an outstanding job in his department, and it's great to see Mike Nedzesky. I had a chance to play with him early, had a career in Geneva, and just to see him live a prosperous life, it's a wonderful story.
The green grass of Reeves Field and from the bluegrass state, Campbellsville, Kentucky, playoff action in the NAIA. Some thoughts about the game, Coach?
Well, you know, obviously when you lose a young man like Ronnie Michel, he's meant so much to our program. Being out for the year, it's devastating. And when you lose Jeff Mihawk, who's had a great season, it's very, very difficult. But we overcame a lot of adversity. You know, you use the word adversity a lot. You know, football's a game, but our guys did have a lot of adversity early on. We overcame it as a team, and it was a great win.
As far as the game is concerned, playoff game at Geneva College, nice stuff.
It was great to play at home. It was a quality opponent. I thought our kids played extremely well. I thought the preparation from our administration was just wonderful, and it was great to play at home. We needed a home game in the playoffs, especially in the first round.
And they also got over the hump, too, in the first round. Let's check it out now. Geneva, the GTs entertaining Campbellsville, Kentucky. First round, postseason, NAIA on Fox Sports Pittsburgh.
Ron Michel and the Golden Tornadoes prayed for the strength to overcome adversity in their initial playoff encounter against Campbellsville University. Geneva's faith was tested from the outset against their rough and tumble adversary. Mike Gill misfired from close range to keep the GTs off the scoreboard in the opening drive. And on Geneva's ensuing campaign, Melvin Cobbs coughed up the football in the end zone, leaving the Golden Storm scoreless as well as stunned. But the biggest blow of all struck the heart and soul of Geneva's football machine, Ron Michel. Michel suffered a fractured fibula on the opening kickoff. The injury unceremoniously ended what has perhaps been the finest run by a wide receiver in GT football history. The Golden Tornadoes were beleaguered, but not yet beaten. Geno DeMarco summoned the inner strength that has driven this football team to excellence. Geneva stared adversity in the eye, then brought it to its knees. Justin Myers and Mike Holleran delivered big plays in spades, raising their game to the next level. Meanwhile, junior defensive end John Schmitt led a tenacious defense with 4 sacks and 12 solo tackles. What's up, baby? You can't stop us! Melvin Cobbs and the offensive line got untracked in the second half, setting up a Myers-Davinsky touchdown pass, short in yardage, but long on second effort. Geneva advanced to the second round of the playoffs with a 38-14 win over a game Campbellsville squad. But the win came at a price. Ron Michel and Jeff Mihawk both sustained season-ending injuries. And with a December 7th rematch with defending champion Finley on the horizon, Geneva's encounter with adversity may have only just begun.
All right, great win against Campbellsville, and a great honor for you, Coach of the Year, and a lot of all-conference players to talk about too, Coach.
Yeah, it was a very nice win against Campbellsville, and you know, I'm very happy for our players to receive those type of recognition. As far as the Coach of the Year honor goes, Rob, let's face it, the players are the ones that get it done. And I think I'd be remiss if I did not acknowledge the great coaching staff that we have at Geneva. We've got some of the best assistant coaches at this level, and the thing that we've accomplished there is unity. They're very loyal, we're focused, we speak the same language. When that happens, you're going to be successful. So, you know, that honor really goes for the entire staff.
Well, you can humble yourself all you want, but you've done a remarkable job, and take it from one friend to another. You're a class act, and I'm real happy for you.
Well, thanks, Rob.
All right, I want to talk about Findlay. Findlay, let's talk about it.
Well, we'll talk and talk and talk, and we'll talk so much. Sooner or later, we're going to have to get on the bus and go play them. They're very good. They're the best team in the country. I don't know if I've seen a better college football team at this level ever, period. I don't know if I could say anything else. They're solid on offense. They run the wishbone. They've run it for years. Now they're throwing the ball. They've got a kid by the name of Bo Hurley, who's a transfer from Ohio State, backed up. Bobby Hoying decided he wanted to go to a smaller school and be a star, and it's exactly what he did. So now they're running an offense, scoring 45 points a game.
Wow.
Defensively, they're just as nasty as they've ever been. So they're pretty good.
Well, the regular season hurdle has been done with Westminster, but Findlay is always that other hurdle to get over. And this really the last time you're going to get a crack at him, because they and Westminster are both going to be bumping up next year.
Yeah, Findlay is also leaving, and you know, we've talked before as coaches in the conference, and we felt that Findlay has become the standard in the NAIA. That's obvious. So we got an opportunity to go out, you know, a week from Saturday and play at Donald Stadium at 1 o'clock in Findlay, and get a chance to see how much we've improved as a program. I like our chances.
Well, you've lost those two players, so a couple of other players are going to have to step it up, as the whole team will, right?
Oh, there's no question. Football is a team game. Injuries happen throughout the year. This is why you practice. If you're a second-team kid, you're one play away from being thrown into the fire. And, you know, Vince Guido and, you know, Mike Rebar and Paul Fath obviously are ready for the challenge.
And also, hopefully, a lot of GT fans will be making the trip to Findlay coming up in a couple of weeks, 1 o'clock kickoff, right?
Oh, I'm sure they will. We get a great following.
All right, as you look back on this year to this point, there's a lot of satisfying moments, but anything really stand out in your mind, Coach?
Well, you know, Rob, and I mean this in all sincerity, the football, the wins, those things are going to fade. We've had a great year. I think the thing as a coach, and especially being at a place like Geneva, is the development of our kids, the character that's been developed. Our football team is a very tight family, and to see some of the kids grow closer in their Christian walk, to grow closer together socially, to do better academically. I think as a coach at a small college, especially a place like Geneva, you know, that's why we're there. The wins are going to take care of themselves, but when it's all said and done, you're there to build lives for the next 40 years.
All right, again, congratulations, and we'll talk in a couple of weeks. Speaking of all said and done, that'll do it for this edition of Tornado Watch 97. Best of luck to Geneva College, and we hope to see a lot of you fans make the trip to Findlay, because nothing like that, well, little added advantage from the stands. In the meantime, for Coach Geno DeMarco and the entire gang, this is Rob Pratt. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon, everybody, on Fox Sports Pittsburgh, Tornado Watch 97. Bye-bye.